Google keeps adding new widgets, new functionality. It's really quite nice. They have changed it now, so you're actually going to have to keep it. You used to be able to actually use the Blogger platform and host it on your own site. You really have to host it with them right now, but it's quite good. WordPress.com. Again, this uses sort of the word. If you ever use the WordPress software and installed it, this is sort of a back end of it. And you know, again, it's a very good platform. There's my dogs again. They have their own WordPress blog as well. They also have their own MySpace page. If you go to MySpace, you can find their dogs have their own page there. Again, both these very good. Both are free. If you want to use your own domain name, Blogger is free to do that. I mean, obviously you have to pay for your domain name, but you don't have to pay extra money to have it used on Blogger. WordPress will charge a small fee for that. But again, this is very, very small fee. And both are quite good platforms. And then TypePad, this company just actually got purchased, but they have a very good blogging platform as well, and it's more closer to the Movable Type backend. If you've used Movable Type, again, it's a hosted platform. It's quite good, relatively inexpensive. And of course, for another platform is on another dog blog. So here's this one, hugclub.com here. This is my dog's actual blog, although we are going to be moving it to WordPress relatively soon. A separate installation of WordPress, but right now it's up on TypePad. So again, all these things relatively free or relatively inexpensive. And again, the main thing I'm trying to show is that if you're really sort of cost constrained, there are places you can go to get yourself started with online marketing and spend your time writing the content. That's the key thing. You know, then if you need help or you need some additional optimization types of skills, there's lots of other people you can go talk to. But the real big thing for winning here is writing content. Again, if your blogs, this one's aimed towards general counsel, professional audience. You got to write towards your audience. Here's one of the NOLO ones that Rich Sten writes. Written more towards business people and consumers. Write towards your audience. And I should say, just like any writing, even if you find out it works pretty well from you from an SEO standpoint, if you start writing crap, you're going to get punished. I mean, you're going to get embarrassed, first of all. Different people it's embarrassing that people see it. Different lawyers will embarrass you. But also, Google will eventually punish you. You know, you can't write crap and imagine that that's going to stay up there forever. Google's not interested in putting up blogs with crappy content up at the top of the search results. Both these two blogs are very good. Justia's Onward blog is very good. If you go, to onward.justia.com, we have our blog posts are good. They're solid. So write good content. Don't just play it as a pure SEO type of thing. Couple things to note. If you're looking for a domain name, GoDaddy's a good place to go. I'm pretty sure you can enter the code STEVE in, S-T-E-V-E, and it should give you a discount at the very end. I think it'll save you like $3 a year. But again, $10 a year for a domain name. I would, for both your websites and your blogs, I would probably try to get a domain name. At a minimum, do a redirect with it, so you can give that out. But sort of, it's very inexpensive way to do it. There are a bunch of free image sites. This is one, Stock Exchange Images. You can use the images within your sites and blogs. Always a good idea. But then again, there's lots of free places. And iStock Photos are a relatively inexpensive one as well. All right. That sort of brings us on to directories, which is, again, a key thing for your SEO, both in terms of your own personal reputation management from a name standpoint, but also in terms of Google Local. So, for a long time, directories were of the type that you wanted to be in directories because it was sort of an additional place. Those directories got traffic as well. But right now, those directories are also actually help promoting you, not just within Google by being associated with these strong directories with good content, but also because of the address attachment to your Google Places profile, really helping you with Google Places. So getting in directories is very important. So one directory is Washlaw. This is more or less just a list of law firm websites that they've been building up. It's free, so you should definitely submit your website there. And then on the directory side, NOLO, obviously the folks here at NOLO, has a very high quality directory. You've got to pass certain, level. They won't just take anyone. So you have to be a good lawyer. You have to be in good standing. And it's sort of, from our standpoint, when we bring the NOLO folks over, we give them a special badge because it means it's sort of NOLO certified. NOLO people have checked these guys out. It sort of indicates to us and to our users that these people have gone through sort of the NOLO process. The NOLO directory itself, though, does extremely well overall within Google. Has millions of pages indexed. and also sort of brings a tone to their profiles that is really good for converting users into contacts. They really work with you in terms of getting your overall profile going, which is very good in terms of optimizing conversions. Avvo is another one. Avvo is a free directory that's out there. They also will rate you by putting up information. Once you start putting information in, you probably want to put a lot in because it's actually going to impact your score. And they do have sort of the rankings there. And then Justia has one, Justia's directory. If you're in NOLO, the NOLO editor can help you get into ours. You can certainly go into ours directly. Again, you can have full profiles there, and it certainly can help you, and we get attached into Google Local as well. If you get into the Justia one, again, if you get the NOLO folks, they can help you do it and really make sure everything's filled out fine. If you want to do it yourself, you can certainly come in and add it. But once you're in there, you'll be in a bunch of others. So we open up our back end, and it's used by a bunch of other sites. Cornell, LRX, OIA, all use it. We're also opening up to other folks as well. So that directory information really gets passed out to folks. So that's why it's relatively important, especially with ours, that you really get sort of good content in there. And if you need help on it, the NOLO folks make that stuff go, beyond just giving you higher ranking in all these different directories with NOLO badges, which is also good. Just in terms of some of the stuff you could have, obviously there's overview stuff. You want to get your articles in. You have your blog posts in there. You have your Twitter feeds in there, and what your Twitter followers can see on the map. You have videos in there, and you can add, questions and answers. You can also have, obviously a contact form and things like that. Again, lots of things you can fill out. You really need, to sort of stay on top of that. I should say that, sort of going back to this previous one here. I'll come back here. You can also have links off to your other profiles. So if you're on NOLO, you can have a NOLO one. You can have links to your Avvo, your Lawyers.com, Martingale ones as well. So you can really sort of tie in your profiles together. All right, Google Local. So here's the big thing right now. Google has sort of tied in their Google Local into their organic results. So it's sort of mixed in here. Key thing here is to make sure that you've claimed your Google Local your page. So you really need to go in there. So there's the whole result there. There's Google Local. You really need to go in there and claim it. The biggest thing I see here is that lawyers haven't claimed it. And then you need to make sure that your addresses on these other directories are tied into the address that you have here. If you have multiple Google Local ones, you need to take care of that and get it down to one. But if you don't claim your profile and don't update it, it's not going to show up with the organic results. And it does get tied in with other directories. You can add this information in, and you can sort of, add additional sort of tags and stuff that are relevant to your practice to help you on converting things. But the number one thing that most lawyers need to do is get into Google Places and claim that right away. And here's some other directories. This is more for submissions. Open Directory is free, and it's used by Alexa and Google. You can go to dmoz.org for that. And there's a lot of blog directories. So you can submit your blog. So blog.com, LexModder, General Keith, LexBlog. ABA Journal has one that we run, and we sort of work with them. And, of course, Justia's own blog directory. All those are free submissions. You should submit to all those. All right, I think right there I'm going to sort of stop for a second, or stop for a bit and answer some questions. Social networks, again, get onto LinkedIn and Facebook and tie in your blogs and different feeds there, but there's step-by-step there. There's going to be some slides here as well. But I'll let you guys take it from there.
Great. Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we'll just get on to some of the questions from our viewers out there. First question is, if we have a website, do we need a blog?
You don't necessarily need a blog. Again, you could write a lot of content on your website, and I have seen some people just put up articles over and over again on their website. Blogs have certain advantages over websites, though. The first one is that if you update your blog and you keep it going, this can give you a higher freshness rate, and Google's going to like it more in terms of its ranking. So it encourages you to keep it fresh in the post. That'll lift you up. Google values that part. The second thing is that blogs are actually relatively easy to submit to different directories. So unlike websites where everybody wants to charge you money to get a link, I mean, not just you, us and our friends, but most of these other places want a lot of money, you can get free links for blogs. So I would do a blog in conjunction with a website. If I did do a blog, I would run it on a separate domain, and I would submit that out. and then I would get that blog tied into my directory profile, tied into my website, and sort of cross-link the two together. You sort of get the best of both worlds. So it certainly can help you. It's not a necessity.
Great. Second question. Are backlinks important, and what's the best way to get them to your website?
Yeah, backlinks are relatively important, but not any sort of backlinks do. So you certainly want to get links that are tied into sort of strong editorial websites. And certainly Nolo's one there in terms of a website with lots of good, strong content. And again, you're there, you're also getting to Justia, or you come to Justia as well. The main places to go, Washclaw, DMOZ, and then you might want to check where other people have linked themselves up. That's a relatively straightforward thing to do in terms of checking other people's sites and doing link colon. It's not going to give you all the links. It's going to give you a small portion of it, but if you do it over across enough of your competitors' websites, you'll get a good idea where they're going. And then just sort of submit it out to different places. The one thing I would be hesitant about is doing some link trading with people you don't know, and I would not do link trading with anyone that's outside the law. If you don't want to be linking to like laundry shops or something, that's not going to help you, and it's actually going to hurt you. But if you know people, you could suggest each other. I would not do huge amounts of keyword spam, but that's another way to go as well.